This just in, have you ever tried to pass off a completely automated ChatGPT generated document as your own hard work, only to realize the machine entirely fabricated the facts? It is a deeply embarrassing moment for any small business owner, but it is infinitely worse when you are a national government trying to regulate the future of technology. According to a deeply concerning report by News24, South Africa's Department of Communications and Digital Technology recently unveiled its sweeping draft national AI policy. The paper outlines massive new regulatory bodies, ethical frameworks, and an AI insurance super fund. There is just one massive, humiliating problem. Experts have discovered that the policy document itself is littered with fake, completely untraceable references. The South African government apparently used an AI chatbot to write the policy designed to regulate AI, and nobody bothered to check if the robot was lying. If you are currently using the StoryBrain framework to position yourself as an undeniably human guide, you need to pay close attention. Before you let a predictive text engine write your next marketing campaign, we need to look at the catastrophic embarrassment of South Africa's new policy and why outsourcing your brain is the fastest way to become the villain of your own story. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Vicky Sidler, a StoryBrain certified guide and duct tape marketing strategist from the Strategic Marketing Tribe. And I help small business owners like you build failure-proof marketing by focusing on the exact 20% of efforts that drives 80% of the results. All so that your marketing stops feeling like a miserable second job you never asked for. I believe your greatest competitive advantage is simply sounding undeniably human. And your greatest currency is basic trust. Because, let's be honest, if your marketing relies on lazy, AI-generated corporate speak, your customers can see right through the facade. You must establish secure, undeniable authority. So download my 5-minute marketing fix to craft a powerful StoryBrain one-liner that instantly communicates your value so you don't have to rely on hallucinating chatbots to write your messaging. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, why is the government hallucinating fake laws? You probably assume that a national framework designed to protect the public from dangerous technology would be written by actual human experts. But you would be severely underestimating the laziness of modern bureaucracy. According to Reuters, the sweeping draft policy aims to position South Africa as a continental leader in AI innovation. However, independent experts immediately noticed a familiar, terrifying pattern in the footnotes. Real-sounding journals, plausible titles, and completely non-existent articles. The government had fallen victim to classic AI hallucination. In their rush to sound authoritative and modern, the authors clearly outsourced the heavy lifting to a generative AI tool, which simply invented academic studies to make the text look legitimate. And no official bothered to fact-check the output. This is the ultimate irony of the modern digital landscape. We are desperately trying to build guardrails to protect society from the negative impacts of artificial intelligence, but the people building the guardrails are too exhausted to write the instructions themselves. When you try to fake competence using an algorithm, the algorithm will eventually sell you out. So how do you regulate a robot with a bureaucracy? Well, if you thought dealing with the Department of Home Affairs was a nightmare, well, just wait until you have to file a formal grievance against a chatbot. To manage this newly automated economy, the draft policy suggests creating a staggering amount of bureaucratic bloat. The government wants to establish a national AI commission, an AI ethics board, an AI regulatory authority, an AI ombudsperson, and an AI insurance super fund. This super fund is explicitly modeled on the Road Accident Fund, or RAF, an institution so famously dysfunctional and bankrupt that using it as a blueprint for the future of technology borders on satirical comedy. Instead of demanding transparency and undeniable human accountability from tech companies, the state is simply creating an endless maze of regulatory bodies to process the impending collateral damage. They are treating artificial intelligence like a multi-car pileup. When the system is so complicated that it requires 5 new government departments and an insurance super fund just to operate safely, you have to ask if the system is actually serving humanity at all. Which begs an important new question. Will outsourcing your brain bankrupt your brand? You might think that using ChatGPT to rapidly generate your website copy makes you look like a highly efficient modern entrepreneur. But your customers possess a highly tuned radar for corporate nonsense. The absolute core of the story brand framework is that your customer is the hero, and they are desperately seeking a safe, competent guide to help them solve their problem. A guide cannot lead if they are faking their expertise. When the South African public realized that the government used a hallucinating robot to write a vital policy document, all trust instantly evaporated. The exact same thing happens to your business when a prospective client reads your About Us page and realizes it is just a wall of generic, soulless AI slop. They instantly know you did not do the work. You cannot establish authority by copying and pasting a lie. The businesses that survive this era of automated garbage will be the ones that do the hard, mental heavy lifting required to be undeniably human. You need an urgent, necessary weapon to stand out. So get my 5-minute marketing fix. It acts as a rapid diagnostic tool to help you craft a crystal clear story brand one-liner, giving you a secure, undeniable brand message that actually converts without relying on lazy, hallucinating algorithms. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What is the most embarrassing lie an AI has ever confidently told you? I'll go first. A client once asked me to humanize their AI-generated blog copy. Halfway down the page, I found a deeply emotional tribute to the breathtaking beauty of a specific golf course in Malta. Just one minor problem, that golf course doesn't exist. The AI completely hallucinated a Mediterranean golfing utopia just to hit the word count, and the client hadn't even noticed. Okay, your turn. What is the most ridiculous lie a chatbot has ever tried to sell you? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.